So the topic of today's sermon is, it's not fair. Now, a little while ago, we heard a situation where there was two different kids. One kid dropped something, and then the parents said, "Oh, are you okay? Are you okay? What's wrong? Did something happen? Oh, it must have been an accident." And that kid was like, "Oh." And the other kid was like, "Hey, that's not fair. Whenever I drop something, you always yell at me. You always say, 'You always do this. Next time, be more careful. What's wrong with you? How come you're not paying attention? How come when this kid did it, you were so nice? How come when I do it, you were so mean?'" And then most people who see this situation will say, "Yeah, that's not fair. Why did you treat the brother like this, but treat the sister in a different way? That's not fair." But from the perspective of the mom or the dad or the adult, it is fair. What's the difference? The difference is your history. Because in the past, one of them has always been careful, takes it very seriously, is very responsible, and rarely ever makes this kind of mistake. And so when it happens, this is only one time out of 100 possibilities. This is a very random and very thing that does not happen very often. And so when it does happen, the mother is truly surprised. But for the other person, they break something every day. They do this every day. No matter how many times they're told, they don't stop, they don't learn. And for that reason, that's why it is fair. If you choose to look at a situation purely from one time, it might look like it's not fair. But if you pay attention to all the history that you have done, all the things that you have done, you will see that it is fair. For example, one person always does their homework, does it on time, does a good job, and doesn't ever turn it in late. The other person always plays video games, has the parents say, "Do your homework, do your homework, do your homework," and they still don't. Well, today is time for us to go to Disneyland, to go to Great America, to go to somewhere fun. And they say, "You can't go, but your older sister can go." That's not fair. How come she gets to go and I don't get to go? It is fair, because she finished all her work. She helps with the chore. She helps with the responsibilities. But you don't. You play video games, you wake up late, you're lazy, you argue a lot, so you don't get to go. It is fair. And so if you continue to look at situations from a singular moment, you can always find things that are not fair. But if you learn to be more of an adult and look at the situation from a broader spectrum, you will see that all things have a reason for why they are this way. And when you see that, now you have power. So if you want to get the reward that you want to get, you have to put in the work that everyone else does. You can't not put in the work and then expect to get the reward, because that would not be fair.